Alright guys, this is the video mainly for those who only push the item to shop, okay, not Facebook Marketplace. So I'm going to give you maybe a overview of how you would be able to be more creative and more versatile with your shop, okay? So I'm just visiting Jungle Scout and just kind of randomly look at these category. So what I would suggest, okay, if you have only one shop, I'm going to show you this method, and then take this method and you can apply to whatever you want to do with your shop. So I'm going to create three Hexalister sheet to be connected to, okay, and each of them are specifically for those particular product only. So I'm going to choose automotive and parts, okay? So I'm going to copy that, open a new spreadsheet, and let's give this a name similar to that. But the best way to do this, I always put Hexalister, okay? Which means every time you see a sheet with the word Hexalister, it means that you are connecting to the back end here, okay? So we can switch back to each Google Sheet and write the data there specifically for those data, for those items, okay? So that's what it means, the back end, okay? This is where we connect to write the data to that. So you switch to another one, then you write the data to that particular sheet, okay? So let me create a template, okay? This is how you create a template to be connected to. You open Hexalister, you go to the template right here, and you choose Hexalister Google Sheet, okay? I will grab the name, okay? Go back here and put that the same name there, and then I'm gonna grab the this link right here, okay, the share link, and I'm gonna click copy, okay, and I will put it right here and hit save. So let's find another one. Let's do outdoor and garden and outdoor. So what we're gonna do, let's duplicate this, okay, make a copy of this again, but this time I'm gonna put that name there, and I put the word Hexalister again, okay, hit OK. So this is my second sheet, okay, so I'm going to create another template for this one as well. Go back to the template, and I'm going to choose Hexalister Google Sheet again. I'm going to paste it right there, and I'm going to take this right here, and I'll also get the share link, but in editor mode. Go back here, and I put it right there, okay, hit save. Then I'm going to create another category, another template, but this time I'm going to look for home and kitchen only, right? Okay. So this is something you can actually make your VA only look at those products and add to Hexalister, right? So you can have 3 VAs, you know, constantly adding item according to that category, okay? So let's do another one. New, make a copy. I'm going to paste that and put the word Hexalister again and hit OK. Let's create another template here. Facebook Hexalister Google Sheet. Put it right there. But let me copy the name here instead. There you go. And then we're gonna take that share link as well, but in editor mode. Copy. And I'll paste it right there. Okay, hit save. Now, in the back end, okay, so we cover 3. So you can do more than that, okay, depending on what you want to sell. So every time, okay, I want to write data based on the category, I need to switch to the appropriate sheet, okay? So let's connect to this one, okay? Confirm. So right now it's been linked to that sheet now, okay? Make sure you choose a location, header, and a category to be default to, okay? So in this case, it's automotive. So everything that I will write to, add item to Hexalister, I want to set the category on shop to be automotive, okay? So we got that. So let's go to Amazon. So let's search something about automotive. And then I prefer that you always find prime items, okay? So let me click on the set default button here and looking for prime, okay, if you can, okay? So this is best, but it's not prime, shipped by Amazon. So let's say you pick this one, okay, based on your desire filtering, okay? This one has 107. This one has 76,000, right? So let's pick this one, okay, for now. So right now you are default to, in the back end, auto parts and accessory, Hexalister. So adding item to Hexalister is super easy, right? Optimize real quick. And if you only do Facebook shop, then you only require 150 character. Right now it's 110, so you fit that. But if you somehow in the future want to push this item to Facebook Marketplace, then I might as well commit it to 99 character for now, okay? Because later on you don't have to shorten down to 99, okay, and do the extra work. So let me go ahead and do the 99 character. Click on optimize again, and you see the word collapsible is so I'm gonna make this into inch, make this word collapsible, and I can just rotate throughout until I find the position of it. You guys know how to do this. Alright, and then double check on here. So this is something the VA would do very quickly every day. And there it is. And then we add to Hexalister, okay? And when you do that, it added to Hexalister as an unlisted, right there. Then you can set whatever price you want. Right now you make about $10. You can make this $29 on the spot if you want to. And then when you're done, you can actually set them to listed if you want, okay? Or you can click this button, and that would make every unlisted that you have optimized to listed, okay? So if you clear this out and change to listed, I have one. Now if you look at the Google Sheet now, there's the entry, right? The other one don't show anything. You see that? Okay? So that's how you would do it. So let me add another item. Now I do have an option to push it to listed status right away if you want to click on that, okay? But right now when you add it, it always put it in the unlisted right now. And in the listed you have another one. So once it's unlisted, you can set your price maybe to 39 bucks, okay? Whatever you want. Hit save, and then you can change to listed and hit save. Now you have two items in the listed status. It's that simple. And you guys should have no issue with this, adding item to your shop every day, you know. So now you have two, okay. Now I'm gonna do garden now, okay, outdoor, okay. But if you start doing garden, I suggest you are switching to this database, okay. Confirm. But then you change this to maybe, I don't have, I should create another one called a template called garden. And the way you do it is you do the following, okay. I have a Google Sheet here, okay, that you can navigate to. And you can search for garden and outdoor. So let me do, this is the Google category, Facebook category. Alright, so let's search for, do a search for garden, okay. And this is the tricky spot right here. They have so many kinds. That's why we create templates, so that way we don't ever have to do this again. So it's home and garden. We can actually choose that, home and garden. Okay, this for the category. And let me find what the Facebook would be. Patio and garden. I guess we could use patio and garden. Let me see if I scroll all the way down. Well, there's not much of garden here. We have home here. Home furniture, home goods. I don't see home and garden. I guess we could do that. So we're going to use that instead. So let's create a Facebook category, okay, shop category. So what we do in here, we go into the template, okay. Oh, we already have here the template already open. And I would choose Facebook and Google category. So this is where we need to put it in. We need to put in the Google category. So let's go back to Google category. And we will just copy this line right here. We paste it in here. We call this, we give it a name, we call it garden and outdoor, okay? Like that. And then we need a Facebook category. Let's go back to Facebook, and we're going to copy this line here, and we put it right here, and we would hit save, okay? So now that you have done that, let's go back. Remember, we have to switch to garden and outdoor because we're about to add item, garden and outdoor item to Hexalister, but under the sheet, right? So I would choose garden and outdoor. Now it's connecting to that Google Sheet. So let's go to garden, and let's add gardens listing here into Hexalister. Let's choose this one, and this process is very simple. Again, and right now we have no unlisted, right? Because we make it to listed right away. You can change the price to whatever you want, 109, hit save. And automotive has only 2 because we switch and we have this data going to this sheet, right? It's that simple. Okay, I'm going to add another one. Let's go back. So I think you guys should know how to organize this. Okay, I'm showing this so you can understand how it works, and you can organize your sheet and then have a written to a certain database, right? And then you can have this VA just mainly look at certain item only and write to that sheet only. Okay, so let me pick another one. So that this right here looks cute. And now I have 2. Okay. Okay. I'll clear the search out. I have 2. And that one you can change the price to maybe 59 if you want. Hit save. So all this list price we push to your shop, right? So whatever you put here, you know exactly your estimate profit. Okay. So I have 2. So now garden has 2. So let's do home and kitchen as well. Okay. So I'm going to connect into home and kitchen. Okay. Confirm. Let's switch to another sheet to write our data to. Alright, so this is the sheet that we're going to write to now. Okay. Now for this one, I noticed that this one doesn't have a description, right? Okay, at all. So what we're going to do, we're going to add this. You see I'm already copied this information already. So when I add this item to Hexalister, and I optimize the title, let me set it to listed, add it. This one doesn't have a description. Let's see if it has a description or not. Okay, let me add. So I go into the edit, there's no description, and paste. Okay, so I would hit save. So if they don't have a description, add it description in here. Okay, it could be anywhere down below, and you can add the item as well. You can actually take this like this. Actually, you probably can take all these, okay, because it's all text anyway. We're not going to copy the images and all that, so you can just copy like this, right? Open up Hexalister, do an edit, select the item and do an edit, and then you can paste all this in here at once, okay? Because it's not going to copy the image, of course, just text only. That's why I highlight everything down below and hit save. You can do it that way if there's no description down below, okay? And description is usually around here, but for some reason they didn't put any description down here. So therefore, when we add it, it's all empty. So pay attention to that, okay? So I add one. Let me find another one really quickly. This is a nice item right there. So as you can see, I have 2 items now. See? 2 items in here, 2 items in here. Because of switching my sheet to where I want to write it. Okay, that's simple. Oh, I did not change it to home and kitchen. I could have put a home decor instead. Okay, so what I need to do is that I didn't set it when I added to Hexalister, right, to the appropriate category. So let me clear this out. So what you can do under the listed, okay, they all default to garden and outdoor, as you can see, because we set it to garden in the default. So every time you add an item, it's going to default to that. What we can do, we can select home decor, okay, or you can create your own category to be more specific for home and kitchen. You select that and you will click on this button right here, and that would apply. Let me click on the logo. So if the data doesn't show up sometime because it's pulling from the Google Sheet, just click on that to pull the data back in again to the Hexalist, okay? So they all default to home decor, okay? So you can do that. And since you don't push it to shop, right, all of them don't have listing URL, right? So listing URL is actually from Facebook Marketplace. So now you have 3 sheets that we write specific items to, and there they are. That's simple. Now, this is what I'm going to suggest you guys to do, okay? So you can watch this and be creative with your shop, okay? So let's think about this. So what we need to do, we're going to create a Facebook shop Google Sheet. That is the Google Sheet that we're going to load the data into for your shop to read it and populate your shop with all the item and all the updates. So let me create a new Google Sheet shop. You might have this already, but let's duplicate this one, okay? And let's call this, give it a general name, right? You might have a general shop name. Let's call it Tuan Ultimate Shop, okay? Something like that. But I will always put the word shop, okay, if it's related to a Google Sheet shop, okay? So for the other one, you put Hexalister to signify that's your database you're writing it to. And the sheet that has the word shop means it's the actual shop. And that's where we're going to take the data that we have in Hexalister, push it to your Google Sheet shop so that your shop can read that sheet, okay? So I'm going to call that right now, okay? Let me copy that name as well. All right, so when we create the Facebook shop Google Sheet, we're going to keep that the same name, and we need that shop URL, right? Okay, which is basically the Google Sheet shop URL, which is right here. I'm going to make this as an editor and copy that link of that Tuan Ultimate Shop, okay? And I will paste it in here. Now this is for something later. I'll show you later. And you just save this. So let me show you how this works. All right. So you got 3 Hexalister database sheet that we write data to, and then we have 1 shop. So let's pretend you have 1 shop. Okay. So this shop, Google Sheet shop, is just empty. Okay. So you can create a new sheet and give it that name, and then grab the Google Sheet link here. Okay. The share Google Sheet link. So this one is empty. And so we have data in here. So let me show you how we take one of these database and push it to shop. So you know how shop is reading this via data source, right? You create a data source on your shop. You linked it via a Google Sheet link, which is this link right here. And that's how your shop is reading this sheet constantly every hour. So let me show you how this works. When you come in here and you add all your item, right, to Hexalist, and you want to push data to this sheet so that your shop can read this information, you have to go to this template here by click on this icon here. So this, what it does is it's going to look what currently is connecting to in Hexalister. Right now it's connecting to home and kitchen. So it'll look at home and kitchen information here, okay? So now I'm pushing to that sheet here, which is empty. I haven't pushed it yet, okay? Right here. And it asks you, okay, you are connecting to a Hexalister sheet, which is currently home and kitchen. What do you want to push to, right? You're listed or unlisted or all. Because sometime in your Hexalister, you have unlisted that you brought in, but you never optimize anything. And you also have your listed as well, okay? So I give you a choice to push your unlisted and listed to your shop sheet, okay, for your shop to read it. But if you don't have unlisted in here and you haven't optimized, I would suggest you only choose listed item only. So right now I don't have any unlisted, so set to all will be fine, or set it to listed will be fine as well, okay? So right now I have 2 items, right? Now here every time you see the list price right there, okay, that can be pushed to let me make this 79 bucks. Okay, hit save. And this one is 49. Hit save. Okay, so right now they all have a list price, but you can regenerate a new list price by putting something here, right? So you can put 40% here and $10. Okay, so what it does is that if you do put something in there, it's going to look at every listed item that I'm about to push. It takes the cost price and multiply by 1.4 plus $10 to generate a new list price to your shop sheet, not Hexalister. Hexalister will remain $79. If you don't want to change this, you leave this blank, and we will push whatever list price we have in Hexalister to shop. Okay, hopefully you understand that. So I leave it blank, and then this down here will take the list price that we have, and it will multiply 1.1 because 10%, okay? And we have the high strike price with a line going through, so it would be 79 times 1.1, 10%, right? Right here. And then 10% margin dollar plus $10. So we would post something like 96.9 with a line going through, and we sell at $79, okay? But I default to that for you. So look what happened. Right now I'm default to home and garden, right? Home and kitchen. And I open this template, and I'm pushing the information. Basically, it takes the Hexalister data and rearrange it and put it in a certain format that shop would like to read from, right? Okay. So let me show you. So when I click on push, look at your Twan Ultimate. You see, home and garden. This is the two that is currently in Hexalister. We reorganize the data in Hexalister and put in this format for you. And then your shop will read this, and they will see what item. They will see these two items, right, on your shop. This item on your shop. Okay? Now, let's say you do that for a week. Okay? Okay? And then you say, you know what? I'm going to change it to a different category, right? Push to shop. Say, no problem. You change this to automotive. Say 2 days later, you know what? I'm just going to sell automotive. Okay? So I'm going to default to that. Hit save. So right now, Hexalister is only loading automotive items in here. So when I come here, let me refresh this again. It does the same thing. What is it looking to right now in Hexalister? I look at the automotive item. Which one? Listed, unlisted, or all? Well, right now only 2 unlisted, but I can set to all. I can set margin if I want. If I push this, you will know that it's going to be overridden your home and kitchen with automotive now, right? So let me show you how it works. Let me push it. If you open up this, guess what? This is your automotive item. So what does your shop see or load? It will load these items instead. That's how quick we switch back and forth and load that sheet that your shop is reading very quickly. So let's do this. Let's say, hey, a couple of days later, let me try home and kitchen. Okay, connect to home kitchen. So right now, Hexalister is connecting to home and kitchen. So these are the items, right? So what you can do, go back into your template, the middle guy I call it, Hexalister sheet, home and kitchen, right? And then let me refresh this real quick. You understand how to set these as default. I'm just click on that and look at the shop sheet now. Now it's only look at, we're pushing only home and kitchen. These are the items, and your shop will read this and will only populate these items in your shop. So, and here's the thing. If you have multiple shop, you can create multiple shop sheet and push to different sheet. So let me show you something, right? So if I go in here and create another Facebook Google Sheet shop, and I call it Dion Ultimate Shop, right? You have to always call shop because that's what that's what your shop is reading, right? So I'm gonna duplicate this real quick, make a copy, call it Dion, save, and I can clear this one out, but it will clear anyone when you push the data anyway. It will clear it all out. So I'm gonna create a template right here, okay, and I'll also copy the share link as well. Make sure it's editor, copy, go back here, and I will paste it right here. I will hit save. Right, so look what happened. So Tuan has this collection that's currently in Hexalister, right? These items. When I go into the middle guy, let me refresh this. I can also select Dion, and when I click push, what does it look? I look at the home and kitchen, right? These are the items, and I can push to that sheet as well. So let me click on it, and there is Dion's with the same collection as Tuan, right? So Dion can connect this same sheet to his shop as well, or he can use my sheet, right, the share link, to connect to his shop, so you don't have to create a new one. But there's many ways to organize your database using Google Sheet. So it's very versatile tool, and once you understand this, I think you can be really creative with this process. So I hope you understand this. I think this is something you have multiple shop. I do recommend that you can create multiple sheets and be organized what you sell. But every time you do have an order, right, you process and you connect them to your shop, and you are selling a specific one, make sure you always connect to that, because that's what you want to write all your orders to, right? So when you have orders, right, for Pacific order for Pacific shop, let's say you have something for automotive, right? You sell automotive and you have an order on automotive, but currently you default to home and kitchen. Make sure that when you add orders to Hexalister for automotive items on your shop, make sure you default to that so that we can write the orders to the appropriate sheet, okay? Otherwise, you'll be writing your automotive to your garden. But we can extract those orders out and then paste it back into the other sheet, right? So I can literally, you can literally just, you have all this. So watch this, right? So automotive has 2, but look what happened. If I take my listed item, listed right here, not anything, and I copy this, and I go into here, make sure you paste in A column. You copy this from A column and you paste it in automotive. So I basically took 2 items from garden and outdoor and put in automotive Hexalister database, okay? So if I open, because I added, let me hit save. See, I have 4 items because I add 2 more from home and garden into the automotive. So that's how easy it is. You can switch and copy and paste it over. So let me delete this. Okay. Clear this one out. When I open up, right now I'm default to automotive in the back end. I'm bringing it back in my automotive, right? So that is how you would do it. So if you understand how to use Google Sheet and understand what it does, what I'm trying to give you guys, you can do a lot of cool things. Okay.